Zero Ravens here, with a quick advert. I do have a way of supporting me if you wish to do so. Everything will help me keep going and will probably help me out there, most likely help me out during some events that are happening to me right now, but in real life, but that's okay. Every bit is greatly appreciated. And if not, that's okay. Your continued support through, if liking, commenting, and subscribing will greatly help me out as well. But if you wish to support me in a different manner, this will be a more direct method. But at least until I can get my channel monetized, one thing I do like about the Buy Me a Coffee is it does have an option for me to set up a shop. So later down the road, if I can figure out how to get merchandising, if people are interested, then I will open up and see how the shop features are, and hopefully everything will be a-okay. All right, and that'll be it for this advert. So let's get on to the video. All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Here with another, a bit of a guide, hopefully a bit of helpful tips and info on farming itself. I do understand that a lot of people figured this stuff out, but some people are not too sure. Or you're just starting this game for the first time off Steam, and every bit of you is greatly appreciated. The more life in this beautiful and, quite honestly, a very permanent death game is kind of a thing. Um, but more positive interactions and everything is always good. Um, but right now, as far as farming, I'm going to briefly go. As you can see on Ender, um, it's easier to show this part right here because as you can see, some plants they have different stages. Like I believe these are my cabbages, or I think that's actually my hemp that is growing. I just threw some down, um, and as you can see, when they reach like 4 out of 4 or 3 out of 3, then those crops are ready to harvest. I will mostly be on my farming out right here. Right. Now, in the overworld, you will find various crops. With Ender, it is easier to find them. But you'll see kind of like little plant lights, or you'll see like a little string up. When you in every worlds, um, you will need to find these, and you will keep planting them. Like shift right click and gather these up. And these, yeah, the quality, the hard cap quality of these is tied to your farming. As you see, you'll see like a wild tuber, wild onions, gourds. Then you'll have string grass, corn grass. There's different kinds, but they are all known as primitive crops. Every time you harvest one of these that you are plant in the ground and grow yourself, it does have a chance to turn into a advanced crop. Like carrots, flax, wheat, barley, all of that, and pumpkins, peppercorn. There is a long list of different vegetables that you can, the different stuff that you can grow. It does take some time, but there's a lot of things like right now. Well, there's another thing you can find called windsown seed. You'll need a base of 80, your perception times your exploration to start seeing them, and a total of 320 combined to see all of these windsown seeds, and let's go find one right now. Well, I guess that didn't take too long. Um, but as you see, like a little thing right here, or wild windsown seed. These every world they will not appear until crops are starting to get harvested. The only way to unlock the different plants and seeds is by planting them through. But you know, as you plant them and as you they grow into like carrots or beets or stuff like that, then those seeds will unlock the chance for you to get those advanced seeds from these wild windsown weeds. Um, so if somebody in the world discovered pumpkins, there is a chance for this to become a pumpkin seeds for you to plant yourself. So, you know, at the start of every world, you may never see these until some of the advanced crops start getting discovered by other players. And what you can do with these windsown weeds is take them to a drying rack. Now let's get back to base. All you have to do is stick them on there, and it will take about 16 hours or so. And in place of here will be a seed, but on drying racks, I believe you can also put them on herbalist tables. But yeah, that's one of the ways to get the different crops, especially if you are a hermit, you don't work with a village. This is one of the best ways, easiest ways for you to get access to different kinds of crops. Now, as we go through, as you see, we got these crops ready. We're going to swap to our alt. Make sure I'm recording. Okay. Alright. Now, we'll go and we'll harvest. One of the main things you want to look for and to grow a lot of is flax. Here we go. Shift right click. One thing that do, if you are inventory deprived, you can have an empty bucket and the seeds will go into the bucket. But one of the things that I like about doing that is it only sticks to one quality. And while we're talking about quality, every time you plant a crop, there is a bit of a window. It can either go down 2 in quality, or it can go up +5 in quality. And it is, as usual, hard capped by your farming. I wish they'd improved the vanilla interface a bit. That's just grumblings. So I can get up to 47 quality crops. One of the best things that you can make to help you increase your levels in the farming, to get things going, is a straw hat, which is a bit, I need to make a better one. Quality one isn't worth much. I think that was my very first farming hat. And a straw cape. When you have wheat, barley, or anything that drops straw, you can, or millet too, I believe. You can get enough straw to craft these items. It shouldn't take too much. Yeah, like the straw hat, it's only 4 straw. At base 10, it's +3 farming. And the cape, where are you at, my friend? There you go. Is 10 straw +8 straw twine, which is basically 16. And we'll go through our shortcut because don't feel like going through. Left click on that, and oh, never mind, it is 6 straw per straw twine. My math was wrong. I thought it was 2 straw. Well, but yeah, and with those, some of the gildings you can make. Let's see here, sewing gildings. There's some you can get with the finer fibers. Basically, the finer plant fibers is your hemp string or your flax string. Those are considered the finer plant fiber, and you will need that for a lot of things like herbalist tables, gildings, various stuff around the higher end of stuff in the game. So it's always good to keep growing your farmer and keep things going. Um, but you see, these are some of the few that I have unlocked. Well, we'll stick to farming right now. I'm sorry, but a corn braid is pretty easy and cheap to make. You know, it gives you +2 cooking as well at base 10. No, not that. Primitive. Okay, let me. I guess while we're here, for your crafters as well. You can, with your finer fibers, you can create, um, little cloths, and you can make one of the, I would say, a really good early is the quilted wadding. Um, it's really, as you can see, +5 sewing and dexterity will greatly help you make better gildings and different things. If you're farmer slash crafter. All right, a quick interruption. I do apologize, but one of the most important things to make cloth, you'll need to build a loom, and it is with basic mechanics. You see, it needs about 20 string. When you are farming, basically, to part for the focus on the quality, a lot of things are factored in by everything you do, and farming is one of the easiest things to get the quality up. It does take time, yes, but it's pretty simple, and once you get the hang of it, it flows through. But when you have it, you'll need either 6 of the hemp fibers to make a hemp cloth, or 5 linen cloth, or I'm sorry, 5 flax to make a linen cloth. You'll make it on this thing, on the loom, but one of the biggest things, main things that you will be doing if you are focusing on progressing forward, is, you see how this is a quality 15 loom. I have quality 25 to 30 fibers. So one of my first things I'm going to do is, once I get enough of the quality 30 fibers, I'm going to destroy this, and I'm going to make another loom. Um, Different things like this, like the potter's wheel, which is another good way to make a lot of high quality rope, because you will have to destroy your rope making machine and building a new one of a much higher quality, because that is a factor. So, growing trees, growing the string or the finer plant fibers, it all plays. It's more or less you destroy, rebuild, destroy, build, destroy, and eventually you'll have like a quality 100 loom, because there's no sense in having this piece of junk lying around. So whenever I get the chance to it, but as you're building things, one thing to keep in mind, that even though it averages out, like the loom takes 20 string and about 7 boards and a couple logs, most of the quality impacted will be by the string. So even if I use quality 30 fibers, because there's so much of it, I'll probably end up with maybe a quality 25 or 26 loom, maybe even a 29, somewhere around that range. But it's just one thing to keep in mind. You want to get rid of your junk and you're upgrading. Every time you get, like, it goes from like quality 30 strings, then all of a sudden I get quality 40, then I will keep building and I will keep going. So that is one of the quick interruption on the video, sorry, but it's just really important to upgrade as you go, and because if you keep the same loom around, it'll be keeping it'll be taking up space, and if you accidentally use it, you can cause more harm trying to create this. The quality will also affect the cloth. Like, even if I had quality 30, it'll be diminished by this crappy loom that I need to upgrade when I get the chance. Yeah, it's kind of like with things. Another thing is the saws. The higher quality saw that you have will get you higher quality boards. If you're working with a lot of wood, it's always best to get your carpentry skill up as well, because that does play a factor in all things wood. Obviously, it's carpentry, but you know, some people kind of flies over their head. So, alright, that's it, and back to the video. But that can give you a huge boost, because that +5 sowing is not a joke, which only improves as you get higher and higher quality of your crops. So that'll help you in that regard, as well as cornbread for your farming and cooking. If you're lucky, like I did on this linen shirt here, as you can see, I can attach, there's a small chance that those chances that you've seen when you try to gild an item, a lot of the times it'll only give you, like, you know, you can only put one on a slot, but if you are lucky, you will have that chance to add an additional gilding slot, gilding onto an item. I believe you can only put one gilding of each. So since I put a quilted wadding on this shirt, I have to put in something else, which is probably going to be a cornbread. So this will be a really good shirt that I'm definitely going to keep. But let's swap over. As there's some on the under the curiosities, which can also factor in under decoratives. There is the feather trinket, and that's another pretty easy one. It's just 2 feathers, a string, and a stone, and that'll definitely help you out with dexterity and farming to it. And in addition to gildings, you can make some of the best things for your tables, like the tablecloths and a quick little napkin. This like napkin you can only make with the flax string. You can make these fine tablecloths, which if you have a table and you were wondering where you have your 9 square grid here and you have these 2 right here, if you're wondering about that, that's where your tablecloth will go. So there's just various things that can help you. Even if you are not even if you're not really big into farming, one of the best things that you can make to help you hunt, no, not primitive, it'd be sewing, are these spun glue threads, which will give you +3 to agility. And if you would take a sneak peek at my current setup, no, because I made myself bronze plate, which is -13. This helmet is -3, or I'm sorry, -3 agility. But different things. These pants too, -3 agility. When you're rocking heavy gear like this, having your bone glue from your hunting and then these finer plant fibers, it can greatly offset any penalties you might incur while you're, wearing protection. So even though I have all these minuses, I'm still at +13 to agility, and that is also despite me being stitched up right now. It gives me a -10 or -10 to agility, but I am still in the positive in terms of agility. So only by 3 points, but still, you see these glue threads that I have. Where are you at? Yeah, almost quality 29, almost 30 gives me plus 5 to agility. So if you're lacking in the agility department, it is definitely worth it to have at least a little bit of flax growing, so you can get your hands on some stuff like that. All right, so we'll go in. A lot of the times you're wondering, about wax, about beehives. One of the greatest assets for any farmer will be the bee skep. Uh, the bee skep will produce, obviously honey, but you will eventually get your hands on if you're using ender, you will see them highlight green. If you are not using ender, you'll see like a red ring around the beehive. That will let you know that has wax to be harvested. Um, you can get, of course you'll need some straw, but as far as bee larvae goes, you can raid, I believe I have shown it before in one of my videos, but you can build these bow pyres. You can set it underneath the beehive, light it on fire, you log out for 15 minutes, you come back, then you're boom, it is ready to harvest. And once you get 3 larvae, you can begin making your own beehives, because with these bee skeps, you do have a chance to get more larvae when you harvest the wax. Um, but general rule of thumb with these bee skeps, you don't want to have like too many in one area. You just it'll kind of hurt the wax process, wax production. Because if I have like one more here, then that would be ideal. Not just having 4 bee skeps. Because if you have a whole bunch of bee skeps just sitting in a row, thinking you're gonna get everything, um, uh, then they are good luck getting much wax in a relatively short amount of time. But one of the main things about these bee skeps is that it will help increase the growth of your crops. So it's kind of a win-win situation. They grow faster, you get wax. Um, it is quite honestly a necessity for most farming. They get the most bang out of your buck, you could say, because time is money in a way. Um, Another important thing, one of the main reasons why I wanted to make this hopefully shorter video than usual, is winter is coming into the game. I believe we got uh, autumn day 9 of 30. As soon as autumn ticks over, the world will begin to snow over, and it will kill all of your crops. The best way you can combat this, if I can remember, here we go. Best way you can combat this is by building a compost bin. Um, as you can see, I need to build another one or let this grow out. But compost bin, anything that you don't need, excess seeds, excess, whatever plant material. If it doesn't go into your troughs to feed your animals, or if you don't have any, you can put them in a compost bin, and over time, you'll get your mulch. If you stick a worm in the compost bin, it will increase the production overall of your mulch. And when you have said mulch, you can create. We'll go ahead. I need to make one anyways, or at least get it ready. Um, as far as your compost, there we go. Farming and animals, mound bed. You will definitely want to make enough of these to cover the entirety of your farm. Um, what the mound bed will do is it will basically prevent your crops from dying and your fields from freezing over. during the winter season. So, um, thankfully, I've only made mine just big enough, so I just need one mound bed. But you, at this time of this video, you really want to get your compost bin built and get your mulch going, so you're not caught red-handed. Not red-handed, flat-footed. That's the word. When winter comes and basically your entire farming operations are just put to a halt, and there's nothing you can do about it. But yeah, one of the main things, because the mound beds, they will last like a couple weeks. Generally, you want to wait till the last few days of autumn to construct to finish building. What you can do is you can set it here. You can put all your mulch into the mound bed, but do not add straw. So you have it ready to go, and when you log on, you see, uh-oh, it's that time. Then you add in, then you finish building the mound bed, and you will be good for the whole winter. One thing with mulch, while we're on the topic, this is one of the easiest and more, I guess you could say, better ways of acquiring high quality dirt for your tree planter pots, gardening pots, anything like that that requires dirt. You can use mulch in its place. And well, I mean, I didn't really I just had this here so I could so I can have a mound bed ready. But um, obviously, if you put in higher quality items in your compost bin, you'll get higher quality mulch or dirt. Mulch is dirt in a sense of this game. But yeah, mulch is very important if you wish to expand your farming game when you're about ready to plant trees. You're getting gardening ready to go, to grow your own, like blueberries, nettles, whatever you need. But yeah, the compost bin is really important for any dedicated farmer for all things. When you have the gardening pots, let me get some ready, and we'll get into that. So, and we'll see you there. When you have your tree planter spots, you can make them, of course, as the quality of the clay matters, so too will the quality of your potter's wheel, which is highly recommended, as you will want to make better and better clays and materials. And when clay isn't hard to find, a potter's like a better quality clay was hard to find, you can use a potter's wheel to help you get better quality garden tools. There's the garden pot and the tree planter spot. Of course, they take tin clay. You would make it, stick it in a kiln, and let it cook. But once for the tree pots, when they are finished, they can go into your inventory. The garden pots, you will have to take them out one at a time, because you can place them in the overworld, so they can grow. But for these tree pots, once you have that made, it's dexterity and masonry mostly for everything you do with the making pots. You would take your soil and you will right click it on, and the shift control, yeah, you can shift control click the soil, and it will fill it up automatically with everything to the brim. It'll fill it to the brim. Blah, blah, blah. So once you have your dirt, you would take some water, 1 liter, get some more, and you only need 1 liter for. You can right click just to make sure that it all has water. And let's go find a tree. One tree I do recommend if you're needing materials to build with is the King's Acorn. And let's go acquire some seeds. Can you please not do this to me? Uh, of course, using the icon settings will greatly help you find what tree you wish to find. Um, let's see, I'm looking King's Oak. I want to hit display, and then I want to hit notify. You don't really need notify, but as you're walking in the overworld, it'll ping it. You will see it, and it will ping for you, so you don't miss out on it. So let's go find us some acorns. Now, one thing that I love about the King's Oak is when you chop them, as you can see, it'll give you 4 logs. King's Oaks is very good for that. So, if you're looking for a solid tree to help you out, the King's Oak is a pretty nice tree to have. So, with your acorns in hand, of whatever tree, catkin, samora, basically your tree seed. So, unfortunately, I just went on a yapping fest and I didn't realize the recording OSB stopped for whatever reason. But very annoying. But basically, on the when you find the whatever seeds that you want to plant, you put them in. Once you put the dirt and the water within the tree planter's pot, you can just right-click the seeds onto the pots, and you stick them on a herbalist table. Within an hour and 15 or 20 minutes, they will be finished. But there is a chance that you will have some that live and some that die. If a plant dies, you will have to start all over again. There is certain things, I do believe it's forestry, different skills will help you, but mostly forestry, and there's some credos that can help you with increase your chances of getting a living sprout from your herbalist table and to be able to plant them. It's always good to have like about 4 tree planter pots in general. Um, I think it's like a 1 in 4 chance if you don't have anything helping you out. But those chances do increase depending on what you have unlocked. One thing that I did want to go over was the different things that you plant, like pipeweed, which you can grind up and put in a pipe to smoke. Will help you with your travel wariness. You just leave it on. You put once you harvest your pipeweed, you can plant the leaves in the herbalist tables, and when they are dried, they are ready. It's the same. And one of the, I guess you could say, more hidden thing is, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but it's from the poppies. Are these ready? No, they are not. Okay. There is a hidden stage on the poppies. You let them sit at 4 out of 4 for a few days, and you'll eventually get a poppy pod, which you will want to put on your herbalist table. It takes it's a couple steps, but you harvest it. If you're trying to do this, do like what I just did and harvest 1 and see if a pod dropped and just leave the rest alone. But when you get that pod, you leave it on the herb rack, the herbalist table, and you will get a dried pod. And then you can take that dried pod to a quern, or whatever you say that, basically the big mortar and pedestal. Well, if you don't know about those, when you have stone working, you can click on it, then any boulder that's just lying around, just like with the runestone, you can turn it into it, but this is my rock salt, so I don't want to mess with that. But that's how you get that corn. Um, but when you grind up the dried poppy pod, you will grind it into grist. Then you will put it in a kiln and let it cook. And when it's done, you can take it to a cauldron that's boiling, and you can drop. You can put the products from the kiln into the cauldron, and it will that grist, cooked grist, will transform into the. It's an O word. I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but you would put that in a pipe and smoke that. But do be careful. If you're not, you obviously, if you do too much, uh, it's a weird thing. It's probably best that you see for yourself. But basically, like, little dragons will be flying around, and they're like little curiosities you can get. But if you put too much into a pipe, you will get a really, really nasty debuff. It'll say the dragon's bite, and it's a massive debuff for quite some time. So, best case to use it is if you have a like severe mauling or anything under the treatments where it says the O word. You can. I would only put maybe 0.05 into a pipe and just let it go, and you'll eventually see green numbers indicating that your wounds are healing. Um, but yeah, do so at your own risk, because you can lose your character that way. It will take a while if you abuse it, but it's in moderation is key. Just do keep in mind a bit of a recap. Uh, like right now, make sure you build your compost bins and get some. The quality doesn't matter as long as you have mulch to make the mound beds to preserve your crops. And so you don't get caught flat-footed by the winter storm, killing everything that you have. And like, especially if you have animals, you can't feed your animals. Nothing really grows, like foraging wise. So especially if you keep animals, make sure you make that mound bed, and you just mostly need to get some mulch out and ready. I guess one little thing, you can pave underneath the specific spots where you keep your beehives. So when you're just AFK farming, you switch to your alt, you get it set up to plant a big square. It won't get stopped by the bee skep. I mean, because it will try to plant right underneath or harvest right underneath your bee skep. So that's just one quality of life. One thing I've forgotten to mention. As you can see how I have my field set up, I paved it with stone. Whatever is paved does not matter. Brick, stone, metal. Well, hopefully not metal, but because if you just hand plow your fields, or you make a wooden plow, and you just make a big old fields, that field will eventually be reclaimed by the surrounding terrain, walls, grass. It doesn't matter. The only way you can prevent this and to make sure you never have to plow again is to outline your field with anything. And it will, like, basically, right here, I will never have to plow again. And it takes a lot of stamina and water, for the hand plowing. It's best to use a shovel if you don't have a plow yet. Either way, it will consume a lot of stamina. That's why if you got a big field, highly recommended you make a wooden plow. Or metal one if you have access to metal. Yeah, I will say this will be about it before I accidentally make this 2 or 3 hours long. I do, if you like the video, or if it has helped you at all, please give it a like. Drop a comment down below letting me know what your thoughts are on farming, or if there's anything else you wish to see, or if you have any problems, I'll do my best to help you. If you wish to see more, consider subscribing. And I do have if you've seen at the start, I do have a way to, if you wish to support me in a different means. It's buymeacoffee.com/ZeroRavenX. It will. Every little bit does mean a lot to me, and I do appreciate you guys. All in all, thank you for watching, and I do hope to see you in the next video. Alright, just have a fantastic day. Alright, bye-bye. Adios.